music for Lagos.
102.3 Max FM.
We told you that we're going to be doing something really special today in the 11 o'clock hour. We've got a special guest joining us today, the Executive Vice President of Chocolate City Music, Aibee Abidoye. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
How you doing?
Hi, guys. How are you? Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you right here, man. And you're looking great, by the way.
Thank you.
I like your shades, your
my
glasses.
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you very
Excuse me,
much.
I want she look great. Now then they chop music money.
man.
Of course,
You know what I
she's
mean?
looking great. She can't even deny it. Of course, she's looking great. How are you though?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Okay, so today we're basically going to be talking about, it's Women's Month.
Yeah.
The 8th of March was International Women's Day. So all through this month of March, we're talking women.
Absolutely.
And we're talking women in the music business.
Yes.
How's that been for you? You are a woman in the
Yeah.
music business. You've been with Chocolate City for about
10 years.
Yeah.
You've seen the industry go from a certain point to where it is now. What's it like, really, being a woman in the industry, coming from then till now?
Till now, yeah.
It's been a journey, but an interesting one. I think I was lucky that excuse me.
Bless you.
I was lucky that I had, a bit of experience, so it wasn't too foreign for me.
Okay.
I already had some background and experience in music, but obviously coming back to Nigeria and this space, it was very different, and the rules in Nigeria are very different, and then coupled with just the way things are, cultural, gender, there's a lot of things that you kind of have to navigate. But I was in a place where to be honest with you, it didn't really matter.
Okay.
I felt like my at that time I worked directly with Abidoye, and he cared more about value than anything, to be honest. So I didn't really experience that, and it wasn't something that I experienced in my personal space as well. Just growing up, it was never a case of a woman can't do a particular thing. It was always just
can you do it?
Yeah, can you do it, and then you prove yourself.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too exposed to that within the actual workspace and in my personal space, but the industry was definitely riddled with that. You would have a couple of people make funny comments about how you moved up, in the space, or even sometimes just going out and maybe somebody quote unquote chancing you when you want to sit down somewhere, or little things like that. Yeah, that you kind of experience.
But does that still happen as much? Because I know it's Nigeria, it kind of still happens, but does that still happen as much as it used to back then?
I'm definitely seeing a lot more women in this space, which is nice, because when I was starting, I remember when I was there a year and some, then I became the general manager, and it was kind of, at that time, it was rare to have somebody in C-level position that was female in the record music industry. And so I didn't have a lot of peers. I was always sort of in the room with a lot of men. And so when I wanted to get mentors, I had to look outside of the music space to maybe talk to other people that were also in entertainment or media or something like that. So, but now, there are a lot of my peers that are running, from DSPs to labels to A&Rs, managers,
live industry,
as well.
and all that.
A lot. So,
but then you mentioned you moved from somewhere to here. Take us back to that place. Where was that place where you were coming from? Geographically, the country that you moved to Nigeria from. Take us back there. Let's,
So I was at that time I was coming from New York, but I had experience in LA, Chicago, New York.
Oh, okay.
And my sister used to, she was signed to Sony.
Okay.
And she used to write music from when we were young. So I'd been exposed to that sort of music space.
Right.
And she'd released an album. So I was part of the people that A&R that album for her.
Lovely.
And so I also did background for her. When I was, so that was kind of fun. So I had experience about what music should be like. And then I also had a law degree from Cardozo in New York. So I understood a bit about copyright law. I understood about intellectual property and publishing,
and all that.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
So coming back, it was kind of fortunate that I was at Chocolate City, because I was coming back to do HR, because I didn't because I thought the industry was so I didn't think that there was a music industry in Nigeria at all.
Wow.
I wasn't aware of it. to that extent.
Yeah.
And so somebody was like, "Hey, do you know Chocolate City?" I was like, "What's that?"
Do they sell chocolate?
Like, what?
Is it a city where you get chocolate?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, do you know Emma? I was like, I have no idea who that is.
Oh.
I had no idea. So when I met Aldo and Paul, I was just a bit surprised. Like, oh, okay, these guys kind of have an idea of what they should be doing.
Yeah.
You know. And then I also just came and was like, look, these are the things that you should be doing. For sure, you should be doing publishing. For sure, you should be doing. This is the structure that I think would work.
So
And
you basically came
kind
with
of-
value. And
Yeah,
they
for
just
sure.
grabbed
Yeah,
you
for sure,
immediately.
for sure.
You know, that's the clear testament to the fact that, you know, it's never really about gender at the end of the day. It's about, you know,
What you can offer.
the things that you've been able to internalize, and then the value that you're able to give from your, you know, your experiences, you know, from the things that you've learned, the things that you've done, and how you've built yourself.
100%.
So it's never really about gender at the end of the day. And they saw that clearly at Chalk City.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so hey, like,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what I'll tell every woman out there, by the way.
Yeah.
You know, it should really be about, you know, what
The value.
you know, the value that you're able to give. And that's also what out to all the men, you know, because there's this agenda of he for she, like, you know, I'm one of those people, you know, who are very passionate about that. And I feel like every man also, you know, should support that all-encompassing, you know, all-encompassing, you know, embrace of women, and not say, oh, you're a woman, so, like, you know,
Keep
let's
quiet.
put all that tradition, those archaic tradition aside, and really, you know, just encompass that value that every single human being brings to the table, be it a man or a woman. So I gotta say kudos to you, know, for
Thank
real on
you.
that.
Thank
Hit music for Lagos. 102.3 Max FM.